Hello everyone, my name is Anna Kaboom and welcome back to Master Duel. We're a little late in bringing this video out, not even making that video as well, but hey, same thought. But here we are, finally, with the first video in my series of videos for this deck, and not gonna lie, I have been practicing a lot with this deck, and I still screw it up. Because if you're not careful about all of the locks that are in this deck, like Urgent Schedule, locking you into attacking only with machines, or Noroi being able to only be used as execution material for a canine monster, or hell, even the summon of Bullet Train, and I get why this card usually gets cut from the more optimal builds of this deck is because you can only really summon this guy if you have nothing but earth machines on your field. So this is why we really need Convex Knight to come into this game as soon as possible. And Convex Knight is a level 4, so it's a second target for Urgent Schedule. So definitely something there. But everything else in this deck is pretty up to snuff. I am debating on whether or not I should replace talents for, Dwayne Johnson because of the prevalence of combo decks, at least on my side of the ladder. I don't know how it is on your end, but usually combo decks are quite the norm. And I did find a couple of Tenpai players still rocking the deck. Harmonia is like a cracked ass card. Hold on, let me find that Dragon. This card has pretty much propped up the ailing archetype. All by itself, and oh boy, there are some builds actually that don't even have this guy, especially if they are a go second version of the deck. But regardless, this card is a level 7, so it basically turns a lot of your other level 3s into just full-on level 10s immediately. So yeah, Tenpai is still rocking in spite being nerfed to the state that it's in here on Master Duel, and it's still playable because, good God, there are still people who believe in that deck, and unfortunately, I am one of those people because I like playing the deck, and I have a few videos of them on this channel. So, yeah, without further ado, let's rock into Gotham City. First duel of the day, and I won the frickin' die rolls. So, let's see how far we can get this, and, ooh, so we can bait out a lot of stuff from my opponent's side, if they even have it, and they're rocking basic stuff, but they do have SP Little Knight as the mate here, so they could be up to shenanigans. But we'll get first the case for K9, or just the bat signal down and about, and Fua. Interesting. How about I Ash Blossom that, good sir? Because I will be comboing a lot, and we do have Droll to counter whatever turn zeros that they could potentially have. So they will have one Fua loss, and I will be summoning from the extra deck a lot, so we'll have to Droll. And thankfully we can sort of play under Droll, but it won't be as good. So we'll add to hand, and we'll add the Noroi, and then we'll only Droll once we've done our searching for everything else that's here. So we'll get Jokal, and we'll be summoning from our hand first. So they won't get draws off of their one Fua loss. So there's that. So we do that first, and then that's Noroi's effect. No, we want Jokal. So we'll get Jokal down. We'll search for Izuna. And then the first of many draws that my opponent is going to get. Or we can just end on Ripper, and then we can just pass from here. Yeah, we can actually do that. And hopefully, Droll and Lockbird is going to carry us like there's no tomorrow. So we'll add this to hand. And or we can also just use Izuna right away. That's also a thing that we can do. Yeah, we can do that. So but we're going to go with Ripper first. So we'll just end on the K9 board, and hope it gets us far from there. So we get Ripper down, and yeah, that's your first draw, unfortunately. We can actually just stop them right here, but I think we can grant them 2 summons, and then we'll just rock it from there. We do have Droll, because Droll is a cracked ass card. So we discard Noroi, and or rather we attach Noroi, and then we add... Well, we could add Forced Release, but we can just get another case for K9 for next turn. And then, yes, we will set a card, and we'll get Forced Release. So, there we go. We'll put that there. And then, we'll go Izuna, question mark. Do you have something, opponent? Okay, nothing yet. We'll get Izuna down, because I think I'd rather do it there, rather than on my opponent's turn. And we'll get them their second draw. So we'll send this to the graveyard, and then we'll summon out the Lupis. There we go. And then I think we can actually just stop here because Lupus's Xyz summon thing is a quick effect anyway, so we can potentially just, you know, save this for next turn and just strand them with the one card that's right there. Yeah, we'll actually do that. So there you go, opponent. Out my board, I guess. We don't have anything for their start for the start of their turn, so oh, it's Fairy Tales. Okay. We'll use Lupus right now. Because they activated a, well, I mean, it's just during the opponent's turn, so there's that. If they activate anything in the hand or graveyard, we'll have to do the shenanigans here. Do we get rid of the field spell? I don't think so. Activate it at a Fairy Tale or Banishment. Fairy Tales can attack directly. If your opponent special summons a monster and you control a Fairy Tale, target a monster and get its effects, and its name becomes Prince of Fairies. Ugh, that is bad. So we won't exactly have too much to do with that, unfortunately, and this only destroys monsters, so really we only have monster effects to get rid of. So we'll just put Vimana down and hope to the gods that this is going to be enough. Or we can, you know, use Forced Release to destroy their Ripper, but or rather to evolve Ripper into Werewolf, and then we'll destroy the field spell that way. But we'll see what they do here. Okay, they're getting Luna, so I would assume they're going to search even more, or at least try to bounce my shit back to hand. And Very Magic Lacrima of Light. I did not know that this was generic. Hold on. Let me read. When your opponent activates a card or effect, special summon a. They use that effect, right? Yeah. Activates a monster card effect. Activates a card or effect. Special summon a Magistus or Witchcraft from hand or deck. That is interesting. I'm going to allow that because I have no idea what the Fairy Tail decks really have inside of them. I just know that they are a rogue playable deck, and they do show up on the OCG scene every once in a while, but at least in the shop I work at, they're not that common. So I'm going to see what else they do here. They are under Droll. They didn't stop the Droll, and I do know that Fairy Tail searches a lot, but we'll see how far it gets them from here. Luna is a level 4, so they could you know, synchro these two away, going to a level 8, or they use Luna's effect first and then just try to bounce a monster. So I will be forced to negate it, and Luna will still stay on the field in spite of everything, but we will see if they do anything else. If they chain something to that, okay, nothing. So Luna will get negated. She will stay on the field because Vimana doesn't negate and destroy, so that's sad. But they do have access to a level 8 synchro, so okay. He will equip a Magistus. That is interesting. I do know that this gets somewhere, so we could do that. We could destroy it right now and not give them access to anything at all. So yeah, I think I'll do it. And they don't really use their... I don't think Fairy Tails use their graveyard that much. They just do a lot of searching and a lot of summoning from deck. So I think we'll do fine with this. And ooh, yeah, good timing there, opponent. Yep. I cannot do anything about that. So yeah, they'll destroy that, and I believe they just win from here. I don't know if they can OTK, but I do know that they have a lot of spellcaster support that can do what could amount to a lot of damage, but I don't know how far that'll go. Especially they're under Droll, so I don't know how far they'll go from here. But I do have recovery. Well, 2 of them actually. So I will find out if they do anything else here. Although I do know that I still have a chance, honestly, because I can equip the Ripper from the graveyard, and they're probably wondering what other card I could have in hand because they know that I have Switch Yard and Case for Canine. So Probably the only thing they're gonna check is Vimana. So if they do try to go into combat against Vimana, and they didn't read, they might be in for a spot of bother. But we shall see. If they do use Luna's effect to bounce Vimana back into the extra deck, then they definitely have all the room that they could have. But we'll see. So this is Fairy Tales with a smidge of the Endymion crowd. This is just Crowley for now. And then we have Zoroa here. I don't know where Endymion and Vere are, or that was her original name, right? Vere, or was it the other one? I don't remember, but there's that. Okay, Iwas. I believe this is the one for the Crowley. And okay, what is it doing? Target a face up, equip this card, and if this card is going to take control of the equip monster, okay. Sure, it will be equipped. Okay, okay, there it is. I thought it was just gonna equip itself and then it wasn't gonna do that, but okay, it takes control. It cannot activate its effects, but that's fine. So we'll see what they do here. Okay, they are gonna. Oh, they didn't synchro. They exeased, so that is fine by me. And then detach to, then send Fairy Tales from deck to graveyard up to the number detached, which is an insane thing that you can do, and it's only a rare. And oh no, I am awakening to feelings I did not know I had, but I am gonna click away from that now. So we have Lupus in the graveyard that can potentially block the Wiccat, but it will definitely send. Oh, yeah, it didn't send Snow, but it sent Match Girl, so there's that. And still sad that she will probably never get her own Disney-fied princess story because of how dark her story actually is. So everyone else is fine. So because you can Disney-fy it, but Match Girl, nah, you cannot exactly Disneyfy that. Well, at least not without offending a few people, as it is these days. But we'll see. I mean, I think they can OTK me from here, unless of course I get Lupus out of the graveyard, if I can even do that, because this isn't a negate. Wiccat doesn't really do anything by herself, yeah. So I'll just get Lupus as a blocker. And then yeah, I'll just get Lupus as a blocker, and then it's okay for him to go. Because yeah, sure, he'll be negated, but I don't really care. He's just there to block the damage. So yeah, I'm not gonna die, but at least I'm going to live to do at least one or maybe two more plays, because playing under Duel is gonna be a pain for this archetype. So okay, Tales of the. Okay, what are they doing here? Okay, they got Weaver. So, can you special summon from the deck? Yes, you can. Summon a Fairy Tale from deck or banishment. Is this the part where you get Snow, question mark? Or the other newer ones? Okay, now you finally got Snow. I don't have any more interaction opponents, so if you can kill me from here, then so be it. You can only set the Lupus face down, so we'll see how you go from there. Yeah, if I survive this turn, well, thanks to Droll anyway, but okay, I will survive this turn, because I've set Lupus as a blocker, so Lupus is gonna be permagon. So now we're going to search for Lantern, and we'll revive one of the other, or we can actually revive Noroi, now that I think about it, but no, they don't have a hand to begin with, so we'll special summon Lantern, and then we'll do a thing. Okay, they're gonna have the thing, yeah, unfortunately. So we can search one thing, but we can't search the other. So let's see what our draw is. That is insane. Oh my god. Okay. So we'll bait out a lot of their shit here. So we'll see if Case for K9 gets negated first. If at all. So they could just, okay, they're gonna shotgun Fallen in the Virtuous right here, right now. Okay, opponent, I see what you're doing, but you don't have any negates, visible negates on board, unless you get rid of Snow here. But I think I win? Question mark. Ecclesia doesn't really do anything on her own. This doesn't do anything on their own. This doesn't have any quick effects. That if this card is in your graveyard, I get a Fairy Tale. Special summon this card, and if you do, send that monster to the graveyard. So they do have a way to get Snow doing its Book of Moon thing. So we'll see. Okay, we'll set a quick play a spell from the graveyard, and I mean, force to release is the only target. So, what we're going to do here is either we get revolving switch art down, but we'll sadly have to discard the flying Pegasus. But we do have blue traveler in the graveyard, so we can still somewhat do the thing here. Yeah, I think that offers us more layers compared to just normal summoning Pegasus here. So we can potentially do our thing here without normal summoning at all. But if this is the wrong thing to do, then we will find out soon enough. So, we'll get Revolving Switchyard, we'll discard the Pegasus, and we will get Babbledecker. Yeah, we'll get Babbledecker, and then we'll summon the other stuff out shortly. Okay. Babbledecker, or we can just actually end on Babbledecker, now that I think about it. So, we'll get Babbledecker down. There we go. And then, it can exceed summon itself, so we'll see. Okay, cool. So, they'll send Snow, they'll Book of Moon it, eventually. I think that's what they're gonna do here, and, ooh, okay. Target a card and opponent controls, okay, the same becomes, Fairies, but sure. Now they're gonna try to Book of Moon my shenanigans here. We get either Noroi or Pegasus, but I think Pegasus is the way to go here. We're not going to be able to search the negate with Clifford Genes because we don't exactly have a lot of bodies on board. So we're going to do it like this. These two here, and then Pegasus will activate its effects. Do we revive Noroi? We don't have any other level 10s, unfortunately. So we'll revive Noroi with that effect. And then we'll see what happens from there. So my opponent's gonna be stuck between a rock and a hard place here, because they're not exactly going to be swimming. So Jax requires only 2 level 5s, or we can get a River Stormer into rotation. So we'll do that. So we'll get Noroi, and we'll see what they negate with Snow. Okay, cool. So we do that, and then we do this. We get River Stormer, so we just have a negate. There we go. So we don't have a lot of time, so we're gonna have to speed this along. But if they do use Snow here, then okay, cool. So this will be negated. That's fine. That just means that my other shit is going to be free. Or, you know, they can just negate it, now that I think about it. So, we'll use Super Dora so that it will be unaffected. So, there we go. Now, will you use Snow here? You can potentially do that. Alright, cool. We can get into Liebe, but I'm not going to. So, we'll just go into combat. And then we'll attack into this guy so that he's gone. There we go. Will you use Snow here? Alright, cool. 7 other cards, and then special summon it. What will you do here, holy man? So, we shall see. Who are you going to banish? Will it be the other stuff? Will it be... Okay, you banish the Vimana. Sure, that is fine. Now, we will detach. We'll detach the Babbledecker. There we go. And then we will make... Dora unaffected by shenanigans, so that it won't be Book of Moon, and we'll see what happens from here. They still have 10 cards in the graveyard, so they still have fuel for Snow, but we'll see what they do for now. Now that Dora is unaffected, they can only really affect the River Stormer, so that's fine. Yes, I will continue to attack, and I will attack the Weaver. There we go. Okay. And then, main phase 2. I think this is the only choice we have. They do have Snow, but I think we have to. And it gets rid of the field spell, so that's fine. I think it's better than nothing. So we'll detach those, and we'll just wipe away the board. And then my opponent will very likely recover from here, so we'll see. The Snow is still on the field for some reason. I guess part of it is that it's unaffected by monster effects, question mark. I don't know why it's not affected, but I guess it's not. I don't know. I don't know why Snow stayed on the field there. It's probably protected by something. I haven't read the field spell too well. Okay. Negate its effects. What does Wicat do? Unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. Okay, cool. So Wicat, you control original attribute is light. So okay, it's unaffected. Okay, cool. Okay. So they definitely recovered, and we might just die soon enough. So yeah, I mean, I tried my best, but their negations are definitely far better than mine. So there is that. And this is a tier deck in the OCG for a reason. So yeah, they definitely outground me here, and that's just the way the trains and Gotham City go. So yeah, we'll just move on to the next duel. Lost the die roll on this one, so we'll see how lucky or unlucky I get. And this would have been fine if I went first. I have exceptional schedule to start things off, and then Noroi to follow up after the fact. Wishes with for Eyes of Blue is one way to start, and knowing that they're not gonna get ashed here, but then the evil and intimidating drone Lockbird is waiting in the wings. No pun intended there. But if they have a Called by the Grave, then they can keep going. But if not, then they're gonna stop here. Neo Kaiser Seahorse. So this is a slightly different build than what I'm used to. They probably have the fusion somewhere in the deck if they're playing Kaiser Seahorse. But we're gonna see. I mean, this deck is going to get a glow up probably by the end of the year with the Blue Eyes overframes, if it even comes out at that point. But I think they're gonna release the tunes first, or at least they're gonna be released like one after the other. And once the tunes arrive, oh boy, we are going to we're basically going to experience what Magic the Gathering players experience, because there is this theory that I've read online, and it has never really left my mind ever since, because the way Pegasus designed the Toon Monsters, at least the OG Toon Monsters, the way they were designed is they were very, very reminiscent of Magic the Gathering cards, because they have Summoning Sickness and they can only be summoned through special circumstances, or you need to have a certain number of resources in order for them to do their thing. But yeah, Pegasus may have just been a frustrated Magic the Gathering player, and that's why he designed the cards the way they did. Sure, Purge is fine. I still have Noroi, I still have Babbledecker, which will potentially, you know, get me far. But they do have the oh god, they do have the Majesty face down, so I could just be dead here. And they'd also have a bounce. So yeah, I'll still try, but I am not sure how much further I can get. So I'll summon Noroi down, and then I'll see what their last card in hand is, maybe, but I don't think I will. So Majesty, I would assume, is going to do its thing here. Yeah, they have two Blue Eyes, and yeah, I just died. Even under Droll, Blue Eyes can play exceptionally well. I mean, I would know. I played the deck too, so yeah, I definitely died here because I went second. That's basically it. And that's the unfortunate horror of Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. Going, at least here on Master Duel, going first is so goddamn powerful at the moment. And the one time they did give a really good go second tools, it overtook the meta so much that they had to basically erase the deck from existence. So that is sad. And I prefer, honestly, to play going second. So yeah, I'm that kind of toxic player, quote unquote toxic, but you guys get the idea. We can still, you know, make this work. We can, you know, somewhat slow them down, but I don't know how far we can go. But we're gonna see. I'll still fight a good fight, but if they manage to assemble lethal from here, then so be it. So I'll see you guys either at the next interesting point, or just at the next duel. Won the die roll, so let's see what kind of board I can build. Or if I draw nothing but board breakers, that's going to be hell on us. But okay, we got 3 starters. Well, quote-unquote 3 starters, but Noroi may or may not work, depending on what we do. Oh, dear God. We only have Ash to defend against Purulia, and Purulia is going to actually hurt us more than Fualos ever will. So yeah, I definitely have to Ash Purulia here. But if they do have Ash Blossom in their hand, we do have Designator as protection. So we'll see. So we got Case for K9. You know, sometimes wins like this are necessary around these parts. You know, sometimes you win and sometimes your opponent loses. Let's move on to the next duel. Won the die roll yet again, but we shall see. Alright, we opened. I mean, I do have 3 copies of Noroi, so I think this is to be expected. So, we'll see how far we go from here. We'll start with exceptional schedule. We'll see if this gets ashed. Do you have the ash opponent? No, we did not get that ash. So we'll get urgent schedule here. And yes, I would like to summon a diagram token. So all of your Charmies are now turned off. So your Imperms and your, well, they do still have the Dominus cards, but we'll see if they even use it here. And we do have the, ooh, Droll. Hello there. I did not expect you, but, I am sadly ready for that. I do have a Droll of my own, so, yeah, I'm gonna use that. We'll get, urgent schedule here, and then, we'll banish one of my Drolls. There we go. And then we'll get urgent schedule to do its thing. We'll summon Stampede, and, we can get into... Oh, no, we cannot get into River Stormer because of Noroi. Oh, boy. So, I believe what we get here is Blue Traveler, just as a way to extend. There we go. So, we get those 2 down, and then we will summon Derek Crane, because we can. There we go. Alright. And then, now... we will link... Well, we could link everyone else away, but for now, we need to insulate our plays in case my opponent still has other shenanigans here. So, there we go. We get Dreadnought. So, Dreadnought effect. There we go. And then we'll get the Regulus. There we go. And then we'll link these 2 off. And to get Genius. There we go. I mean, he's done his job, so... that's fine. Then we'll get Genius. And then, now that Genius is there, we're gonna insulate ourselves first by getting Regulus down. We will equip the Flying Lawn Chair just as an insurance policy. There we go. So, Regulus, you go over there. And then you put the equip here. There we go. And then we'll get Blue Traveler to do his thing. So, there we go. We will target the Pegasus, I believe. Yeah, we'll get Pegasus. So that we can hard make the negate without having to worry too much about everything else. So we'll get Pegasus, and then we have 2 effects. So we get the Search first, and then the Revival second. So we'll chain block like so, and then we'll get the Derek Crane out, and then we'll literally hard make the Gustav Cannon. So... because that requires 3 materials, and we won't be needing to discard. So, we do this. There we go. Then Genius will do its thing. And now we can actually make a fort. But yeah, I think we could. But I don't think I want to. Because we'll get Noroi down. It's probably just better to get recovery for next turn with either Babbledecker or Noroi, or another Noroi. So, yeah, I'm just gonna get another Noroi. Now we'll use Pegasus. We'll select this monster. Then we'll change this guy's level. And then, with all our powers combined, with 3 level 10s. Oh, 1, 2, and 3. There we go. And then we have it here. We have Gustav Rocket, Gustav Cannon, Gustav Rocket, Tomato, Tomato. And we'll get Noroi down. Yes, I would like to normal summon without tributing. Thank you. And then Noroi trigger. We'll summon from the deck. Oh my god. Then Jokul trigger. We'll get Izuna. There we go. And now that these 2 are here, oh, right. I keep forgetting that we have a machine lock. I believe this is the guy that does that. Yeah. I think we can still do this. No, we're not totally lost. What we can do here is something spicy. So we'll use Noroi because we have Izuna in hand anyway. So we'll use Noroi's effect. We'll send Jokul to the graveyard. And, ooh, okay. Sure. I don't think that's a problem to me. We can negate here. I'm not gonna let you draw. I'm not gonna let you draw a dragon from your deck, my guy. And I'm not gonna use my very precious Regulus negate here. What else do you have? Ooh, you have full Monty. All right, cool, cool, cool. You have your 2 copies of Fallen of the White Dragon. Yes, Fallen. This is also Fallen of the White Dragon, and you have Alubu Duber, the Boober Duber. So cool, 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 cool. Now we'll get Lupis down. We'll get Izuna down much later. So, what do you have for me, opponent? Yes, I would like to detach a material. We will detach the Pegasus. There we go. All right. So we have maybe 2 negates. Well, 3 negates technically. Because we'll get into Vimana. Yep. Yeah. During the opponent's turn. We'll go into either Vimana or we'll go into well, they are a graveyard deck, so ooh, that is, I mean, depends on who you target. I may be forced to negate something else here. We'll see. Who are you targeting for your effect? Okay. Getting rid of my monster negate. Oh no. That is actually fine. Because I'll have other negates at the ready here. Alright. Now we'll go into the Ripper, I believe. Yeah, we'll go into Ripper rather than Vimana. Because Ripper, well, Vimana is a generic negate, or rather generic monster negate as well. So, and the other one is a monster negate. So, yeah, I think Vimana is still the way to go. And we have Izuna as well. So. We'll still have access to Ripper in spite of everything. So during the draw phase, no, I'm not gonna do anything. So we'll turn priority pass back on. So let's see here. We got a Lubu Duber, the Boober Duber. That is fine-ish. I do know that you have the Fallen Dragon in the hand, but I think we should nip this at the bud while we can. So we'll detach the these 2. There we go. So we'll detach those 2, and Vimana, sure, you're not gonna do anything yet. But Aluber is negated. I do know you have both of the guys in hand, and okay, they can very easily special summon themselves. That is fine in my book. We will try to negate that. Yeah, we will. So we'll negate that, and we'll send Regulus to the graveyard. We will prevent him from ever landing in the first place. And then we'll use Izuna's effect to summon herself. And then Lupus' effect to summon himself. So we'll now have access to the Ripper here. So we'll get Lupus down. And then we'll get Izuna down. And then Regulus will negate the Albaz here. So I do know that they have another Albaz in hand, which is the other normal summon in the deck. And now we'll send another Jokul to the graveyard. Because we already have like a plethora of stuff. So I think we'll just send Case for K9. Just as, you know, to deck thin. So we'll see what happens here. And well, we can't. Now that I think about it, we cannot use the Lupus thing anymore because he already activated his effect. So yeah, it's just the body on board. Battle phase, sure. Who are you going to attack into? Oh, genius! Hello. Let me introduce you to Vimana's often forgotten effect. So we'll target Genius, and then we will equip the Gustav Rocket. Did you really think? Did you really think? People get caught off guard so hard by that freaking effect. Let me read it for you guys here. Once per turn, quick effect, you can target a face-up monster in the field and one Xyz monster or Chrononomy monster in your graveyard. That monster in the field gains half the attack of the monster in the graveyard until the end of this turn, and then you attach it to this card as material. So, yeah, he will, Vimana will eventually regain all of the material it lost by equipping stuff, and this deck has a lot of big Xyz monsters, so Genius getting 2500 attack is not nothing. Let's move on to the next duel. I've been winning my die rolls, but that doesn't mean I win the games all the time, even though I did say that the current meta is nothing but go first shenanigans. So, we take wins like that around here because sometimes that is either an FTK deck that did not draw into its proper cards, or they opened a hand so bad that you just scoop out of shame and to not waste time. But here on Master Duel, we take wins like that around here. Let's move on to the next duel. Finally lost the coin toss, so let's see what kind of board my opponent's gonna bring. And we did open with the cockroach, so that already like swings the pendulum far in our favor. But if they have an ash blossom, then good on them. But that means the ash blossom will not be live for urgent schedule or any of the other shenanigans they could potentially have. So we'll see. And they are rocking an extra thick deck, and it is white forest bullshit. So let's see how far they go under Maxi. They could just end on Sylvia, if I remember correctly, the fusion that sacrifices itself to negate a thing. But they could also have a bunch of other spells and traps that could support Sylvia as well. So we'll see if they even do that, but I don't think they will if they're already setting this much. So we're going to see if this deck is going to get somewhere. And usually the White Forest decks are just synchro combo slop. They just have a lot of engine in the main deck and then extra deck stepping stones, and then eventually they will win the game with the following turn because they've stopped their opponent from essentially playing the game. So during the draw phase, we will do this, and this does lock us into machines. I will keep that in mind. I keep forgetting. Again, this deck is all about managing your monster locks very well. If you mess up your monster locks at any point, you are not going to target the White Forest. It's a quick effect, but it's not something that should be our concern at the moment. So, because we have those things, ooh, we can actually do that. We'll summon these two. There we go. We'll put it here, away from the imperm columns, even though their effects are negated anyway. So, I don't think that will be a problem. Okay, so we'll get Derek Crane down, and then we'll pop a lot of shit on board. Sure. Synchro summon a monster. Sure. That is fine. And I think we can honestly safely discard YuGiOh here. If the synchro ends up being problematic. So we're going to see. I'm still waiting on the Derek Crane to resolve. So there's that. Okay, LZ. They're going to get a level 6 down. So I believe these have effects when they're sent to the graveyard. So we're going to find out soon enough. Okay. Do your thing, opponent. And Silvera. There we go. I think that's a combo extender. So I think we're definitely going to have to negate shit here. So change all your okay, cool. Do you have chain blocking? Sure, add to hand. That is fine. But now we're going to turn on priority here. We're going to stop LZ from doing her thing. So she'll be negated on my opponent's turn, and we'll see what else my opponent does here. If anything, all right, cool. Now we'll use Forbidden Droplet to send away the well, we have to send away the YuGiOh now, don't we? But because Called by the Grave is here, we'll send that away instead. This is probably a mistake, but there's only really one target on the field right now. So okay, cool. Wait, what did it do? Question mark. Return it to the extra deck, and if you do, special summon this card, but negates effects. Sure. I mean, it cost them an action to do that, so I guess that's fine. Oh, right. Because, I mean, it's negated anyway, so, So that's fine. But at least LZ and Sylvie is negated, so I think we'll be fine here. Silvera, unfortunately, Book of Moons, our board away, so that is sad. We have not normal summoned yet, though. So that could be something that we can do. We'll normal summon, and then... Oh, yeah, actually. We will normal summon. We'll normal summon... No. Oh, God. I should have tributed, but that's fine. So we'll get YuGiOh. What? They have Labyrinth in the deck as well? Okay. That's fine, I guess. So they're gonna get a trap. God, these combo slot piles are insane sometimes, and they even have Dynamicious. So, sure, they'll send that face down, I believe. No, it's Banish. Alright, cool. So, he wasn't gonna stay on the field for long anyway, so, that is a play that I did not expect. I probably should have negated this instead, but I didn't know. Elzot was the one that was the priority, so, what can you do? These synchro slop piles tend to be an enigma to me because I never truly know what is in the deck. But at least we have a veritable wall that they'll have to chew through. But knowing White Forest, they're just one starter or extender away from having a board that can kill you with like 15,000 points of damage. So I'm going to see what it is. I'm not going to make you guys sit through it though, because these combo slot piles tend to take a long time to do. And they're starting now, and I'll just see you guys either at the next interesting point or, you know, just go on to the next duel, because these combo decks take a while. So, my opponent lost connection as they were doing their combo, apparently. I wasn't really observing the whole time, so I think it's very safe to assume that they screwed up their combo somehow? Question mark? Because their connection suddenly failed, so they very likely tapped out of the game because they screwed up so bad that they could not hide their shame. So, once again, we take wins like that around these parts. Let's move on to the next duel. Lost the die roll, so let's see what kind of board I can stop my opponent from doing. We cannot. If I went first, this hand would have been awesome. But we sadly did not have that luxury. We do have Izuna to do our thing, and what the fuck is this? Lamia, Smash. But that's another story for another time. Wait, hold on. Let's get a closer look at that art. I think this is a newer edition. And, oh, of course, it's just a Mitsurugi pile. Great. You deceived me there, ma'am. You deceived me. But I think we can still do this. So Izuna will do its thing. And they do have graveyard shenanigans, but it's the spells and traps that do it. We only really negate monsters here. So I think we'll have to go into Vimana yet again. So because we don't have any other choice. We're going to do our thing here, and Lamia, what does this do? Normal special summon, add a level 8 reptile monster from your deck to hand. If banished, target the reptile you control. It cannot be destroyed by card effects until the end of the next turn. Pretty simple. And the deck doesn't really normal summon, so it's going to be fine. So we send Lupus to the graveyard, and now they're going to have to be very wary of Vimana here. And Mitsurugi Ritual, sure. Now we summon Lupus. I think they're going to be able to summon Murakumo before I can get into Vimana, so we'll sadly have to oh wow, now that I think about it, our board's gonna get destroyed before we can even use Lupus as summon effect. Holy shit. And it's even pure Mitsurugi at that. Holy shit. Or you know, we can just discard a card from our hand. That's what we can do in order to prevent Murakumo from negating us. So, but I think our board is still going to be destroyed. Holy shit. Because this effect is going to go on the, this effect is going to trigger, and then Lupus is going to do his thing. So, yeah, I think we'll just Xyz summon just so that we, so that Lupus will not be banished. Sure, I'll happily discard one card. Because a lot of my shit is not going to be for this part of the matchup anyway. So we'll discard the forced release, and then Lupus will do his thing, and now we'll go into Jax maybe. I think Ripper is also a good take, because Vimana is not going to do much in this scenario. So yeah, I think we're just going to Jax because I don't know how valuable those pops are going to be. Or we can just go into Zenmayo, just, you know, just to be a waste of an ability. So we'll do this, and we'll put it in defense position because it's going to get blown up anyway. So, okay, there they go. And now we have 2 materials in the graveyard, and we do have Case for K9 here. We also have Exceptional Schedule. So we'll see what kind of board my opponent sets up. I believe it's just the normal Mitsurugi stuff, especially the pure Mitsurugi stuff. They're going to end on probably all 3 of the ritual monsters in the deck, and then backed up by some other things as well. So, yeah, this might take a while. So, okay, there we go. This guy, I didn't ever play with this guy when I was playing Yamitsurugi, because there wasn't space in the deck for Futsu. So yeah, they'll end with Futsu, Murakumo, and probably Habakiri as well, because the attack reduction is a thing. So okay, yep, Futsu. Once it's tributed, it searches a thing. Yeah, I know my Mitsurugi, guys, because I used to play the deck. So okay. So these are going to be here for the time being, and we'll be having lower attack than usual because of Habakiri here. Minus 800 is big. So we will see what we can do once our turn rolls around. So yeah, I think they'll be done here shortly. And we'll just either set a couple of cards in the back and then have a bunch of back row here. Okay, they're going to go into Mascarena. That will allow them to go into Dynamondo, which allows them to summon stuff out of the graveyard. Okay, so we have a thing or two that we can do. We got our Izuna, so that's something. No, I don't want that yet. Hold on. We're going to use Case for K9. What do you want to do about that opponent? Will you negate it? Will you allow me the thing, or will you not? You have 3 cards in hand, which could all potentially be hand traps. You have 2 back row that could potentially either be negation or stuff that stops your shenanigans from doing their thing. Okay, sure. Now we will use Designator. We will get rid of Ash Blossom. There we go. And will you negate that? If not, it could also just, they could also just let it through because they know what K9 does, and they should be suspicious of Zenmayo here if they know their stuff. Alright, cool. So that's a negate. I believe they'll tribute away Futsu because Murakuma hasn't used his negate yet. So that's going to be fine. Once that is on the chain, we'll try to do our thing here. We'll use Izuna's effect first before we use Lupus's effect because we might be able to squeeze something out of here. Alright, cool. That is fine by me. Now Futsu can get himself out of the graveyard. And yeah, we are like 7 chain links deep here. This is a game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright. So Lupus will do his thing. So this goes here. Then Murakumo, discard a card. No, thank you. Izuna, you've done your job. Thank you for your service. Alright. Then Crossout is negated. And then Ash Blossom, sure. They do their thing there. And now we'll have to normal summon Izuna. Oh no. Futsu will add to hand, and Mitsurugi Mirror will shuffle itself back into the deck. Yes, again, I know what these cards do without even like glancing at those things. I just see the picture like, oh, okay, that's what it does. So then they get Ritual yet again. So now they only have Dynamondo left. So they have a board wipe at the ready. I think we normal summon Izuna first, and then we will quite literally save the train stuff for last. Because if they do indeed get to those points, we might not stand a chance. So we'll see what they do here. If they go into Dynamondo here, that is definitely to be expected. And once that happens, we'll get Exceptional Schedule down. Okay, they're using Prayers. They're tributing that off. I don't know why. Can they quick summon that out of the graveyard? Question mark. Both effects. Oh wait, no, they have Dynamondo, so they could. They will do that as well. So okay, they'll take 800. Who do they summon back? Murakumo was special summoned properly, so that is to be expected. Okay. Izuna, you will send, I believe, one of the Norois. Yeah, just as a deck thinning measure. Because we already have everything we sort of need here. So we'll see. Alright, cool. He will now be special summoning himself. And okay. So the board wipe is not going to happen just yet. Saji is going to search for mirror. Yep. Yeah, that's why it's only one of fun of in the deck. Then Murakumo is going to do his thing. And then I don't have a window to respond, unfortunately. So my board is going to be wiped away. Very soon, I believe. Yeah. My board is going to be wiped away, and wow, I didn't even get a chance. Holy shit! I didn't know I didn't have a window there. But yeah, we'll use exceptional schedule, and then now we'll have our train stuff going, and now they're going to use their Mascarena. But we'll see what they go into, if they still go for Dynamondo, because Munokomo has already used both of his effects. So I don't know what else they're going to... Fancy Ball is a thing. So now we'll get Urgent Schedule. And because they have a full board anyway, we're not going to summon the Diagram token. Now we're going to see if Urgent Schedule goes by, or if they have a hand trap in hand that stops this search, then we are definitely dead. Okay, that happened. Now we'll go into these two. Okay, so we get these two down, and then we'll get the no, we're not gonna activate that effect just yet, Pegasus, because we have other stuff to do. Okay, you special summon a reptile, sure. Oh, this is the guy that I believe tributes away to ritual summon, question mark. If a ritual, normal special summon, or if this card is tributed, target, okay, add to hand, sure. If they would be destroyed, tribute this card instead. Okay, cool. I believe it was the other one. It was the I don't remember its name, but I'll probably know once I check the deck. Now we'll use this, because I don't know if they still have any negations at this point. But it will probably be up to the cards in hand, or okay, sure, target a reptile in the graveyard, special summon it. I believe they have, I think it was this guy. Normal special summon or tributed at the Mitsurugi. Okay, sure. Tribute this card instead. Sure. I don't remember which of the Mitsurugis are the ones that makes the opponent banish, or rather that uses their opponent's monsters as tribute fodder. So whenever it banishes card that was special summoned at the end phase, negate its effect. Fortunately, this is immune to a lot of its stuff anyway. Okay, I think at this point I don't think my opponent has any negations whatsoever. I think, but I could be very, very wrong. So we'll get Blue Traveler down, and then we'll get Pegasus. There we go. Because if they're going to use Fancy Ball on Genius here, they're going to be and they forget that Genius is unaffected by Link monsters. Oh god, opponent. Banish this card that was special summoned this turn. Okay, cool. Oh, okay. I did not know that was what you can do. Alright, cool. Now we do this, because you can special summon from the banish pile anyway, so that is fine. We'll send the case for K9 so that he can special summon himself. There we go. And sadly, we don't have much else to do. Wow, I did not know that wasn't once per turn. That is interesting. Alright, cool. So now Habakiri is on the board. And I believe at this point, we're just going to Anger Knuckle and then hope and pray. I think we just do this. So we'll negate Blue Traveler, then we'll negate Habakiri. There we go. So we get a bit of attack back. So if it would be destroyed by battle or card effect instead, you tribute this card instead. Sure. So now we'll try to swing for 100 points of damage, and yeah, my opponent drew like 4 cards that turn. So I believe, wow, they did not use the tribute. Okay, cool. That is interesting. Now we will swing into this guy, because Saji already did all of his searching. We'll go with the lowest defense one. because I mean, I don't have any other targets. But yeah, I believe my opponents got this because we only really have access to Anger Knuckle here. They did not allow me to go into my Xyz at all. So, but that is definitely very smart of them to do because I literally cannot do anything with my Xyz monster. So yeah, we may have definitely lost the duel. I will not concede. I will definitely give this to my opponent because I haven't done my dailies for today yet. So there's the reason why you shouldn't really concede immediately in your Master Duel games, especially if you're just starting for the day, because concessions do not count towards doing your dailies. You have to complete the game in order to do in order for the dailies to count. And oh, it's Mitsuraiziel. All right, typical like early 2024 rather shenanigans here. So yeah, my opponents definitely got this. They'll find like 8 ways to Sunday to kill me here. So yeah, we'll just move on to the end screen from here. Okay, we're here at the end screen, and it performed about how I expected it to. Definitely, when you're going to play this deck, don't expect too much out of it, because while this deck can grind a little because of the K9 parts, don't expect long games with this deck at all, because once you run out of gas, you are most definitely out of gas, and the Industrial Revolution can only really go so far. But again, I love playing this deck. I love playing with trains, and this is the deck, like I keep saying, this is the deck that got me back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Because big number just kept going up. So yeah, we're gonna cut it here, and if you guys like what you saw, you want to see more, hit like, comment, subscribe, and share this among your friends. And until next time, toodles!